this next piece is a great trick to do at a table or at a restaurant or with your friends. You need to borrow a ring and a long piece of rope. Actually, this is the one I used for the snap knot, about that long. You explain that you're going to use magic and get their ring laced onto the rope without anyone letting go of the ends. Actually, you could have the people, if you want, hold on to the ends of the rope. It's not necessary, but you could have them hold on to it and not let go to prove that the ends never leave the table. But then you cover the whole assembly up with a handkerchief, because you need a little secrecy for this. Then you reach under with your pin and their ring, the borrowed ring. You reach underneath and proceed to do a little magical work. Now for this, you are going to have to come up with some creative patter. Okay, now we talked about patter in the first video. Patter is the words that you say while you're doing the trick. In this case, you're setting up the special arrangement so that you can do the trick. So you have to be talking about the fact that the ends never leave. They can keep an eye on it at all times. Then when you're done, you show your hands empty, say that the ring is no longer there, and you pull the handkerchief away and show that in fact their ring is actually threaded onto the rope, pinned by the safety pin. This is an incredible piece of magic. Now, when you do this, obviously use the handkerchief to hide the secret moves that I'm about to explain. But for your information, so that you can see what happens, we're going to get rid of the handkerchief, and so you'll know what happens. Once I proceed to go under the handkerchief, I always open this pin first. Okay, so that I don't have to fiddle with it when I get underneath. I open that first and I bring the ring underneath. What you proceed to do is place the pin down, make a loop with the rope, and push the ring onto the loop, just like that. Okay? I'll display it like that so you can see it a little better. Then you take another piece of rope, making another loop right next to it, just like this. And you pin these two together. Now be careful when you're underneath the cloth. You can't see, so be careful not to pin you. Just pin the rope. That's another reason why it's nice to have this big cotton rope, because with the big cotton rope you got a lot of area to hit with the pin. Then just clip the pin shut, like that. Then proceed to pull a little bit extra of the loop out of the ring, right here, okay? Now this all happens underneath the handkerchief. They don't see this, obviously. As you can see, what we have is that the ring is linked or is threaded on this piece of rope right here. We just have to get this piece out of the ring. And that's what happens when you pull this end. Remember at the point when I finished, I brought my hands up and I showed them empty. That's very important. That's an important point. Then you just place your hand on top of the handkerchief like this and put your index finger right here. When you pull the handkerchief and this end of the rope, watch what happens to the ring. You see? The rope leaves the ring threaded in the center of the rope. And that's how you magically get a solid object linked onto another solid object using magic.